Hey there TRW crew, Matt Vassallo here with the RhinestoneWorld.com, and this is tutorial number 47 of the TRW Stone Wizard version 3.0, the Mark and Merge Overlap buttons. So the Mark and Merge Overlap buttons are right over here on the bottom left side of the TRW Stone Wizard interface. First one you're going to see is Mark Top Layer of Overlapping Stones Red. Second one is to mark the bottom layer red, and then the third one is to merge all overlapping stones. Okay, so let's say for example we have this sting design here. If I highlighted this design and clicked mark top layer overlap, what's going to happen is I get nothing, because I know now that, and that's a quick check, that every single stone is perfect in this design. Now let's move a couple of these here, and I just moved a few of my stones, so I have some overlaps now. Now when I highlight the design, I click on that exact same button. What it's going to do is it's going to highlight the top stone of every one that's overlapping. So that allows me to know what I need to fix in the actual design. All right. Next thing I can do, depending on your design, you might want to just mark the bottom layer of the overlapping stone. So if I highlighted that, mark the bottom layer, you can see it took all of the bottom stones that were overlapping and marked them for me. And then the last option I have, and I'll just show you with a couple stones here off to the side, is my merge overlaps. Now this one's real cool because, for example, if you have a design that's maybe a V, okay? So the design's coming in and it's going kind of like this, and then it's getting a little bit tighter like this, and getting a little bit smaller, and then it eventually ends with something like this, okay? I'm going to show you the three differences with this design. If I come here and I do my mark top layer overlaps, then I come here, I do my mark bottom layer overlaps, but then here I'm going to merge my overlaps. But what we changed in the Wizard 3.0 is when it merges the overlaps, it doesn't just delete the red ones and keeps those. It finds the direct middle of the overlapping stones, so you don't have to do any editing afterwards. So for example, with this design right here, you want to split the difference. What you would normally do is delete that and then move this over, delete that and move that over. Well, now what you can do in the 3.0, just highlight it, merge your overlaps. It's going to take the middle and it's going to save you a lot of time in editing. Now we also did one more feature that is pretty awesome. So those of you who use template material, watch this. Let me just grab a little part of this design here. I'm going to just grab the L. So these stones are pretty close together. I'm going to get them even closer together. Watch. I'm going to go to here and I don't want them overlapping though. So let me get it so they're not overlapping, but they're pretty close. So there we go. Those are pretty close. Watch. What I can do over here is I can right click on any one of these three buttons and set my minimum distance between two stones. So let's say any stones that are closer than 0.02 inches. Now I want you to mark those red. So watch this. These are going to be a little bit further apart, and those are a little bit closer. Now when I mark my top layer overlaps, any that were too close to each other, it marked them, because even top to bottom, those were too close to each other. If I right click it and I use a 0.01 tolerance and hit OK, now it's only going to choose the ones that were 0.01 apart. So the great thing about this is, depending on your vinyl cutter, say you're using a silhouette cameo, if you can't get your stones very close together and you want it, maybe they're not overlapping but they're too close to where the templates could possibly rip, now you can mark those areas to see where you need a little bit more spacing. So I might say, you know what, I need a little bit more spacing in that area for the vinyl cutter that I'm using. So now when I mark them and try to do it, it's saying the tolerance is good. So a lot of different new features that we added into our mark and merge overlap buttons that are going to save you a lot of time and hopefully save you a lot of material as well when creating your template. So hope you enjoyed this video on the mark and merge overlap buttons in the TRW Stone Wizard version 3.0. If you do have any questions, make sure to give us a call. Number's 941-755-1696. This is Matt with the RhinestoneWorld.com, and you guys all have a great day.